Hi guys, how are you? Here we are. This is Friday, and because it's Friday, it's of course Design Talk here on my channel, Car Design Education Tips. How are you? I see that we already have a few messages just coming in. Buonasera, ciao guys, how are you? Best part of tuner is the song. So Anish, thank you very much. You like the music? That's cool. But anyway, don't worry, because next time probably there will be a new introduction with the new music. Yes, because it's almost ready. Hey Gantagnaia, ciao, how are you? So you read the title of this design talk, which is my first job interviewing, of course, in transportation design. And I think that this is something that a lot of people will be very interested in. And I had few of you that wrote a message to me on Messenger asking me to talk about this. So how it's gonna be our first interview, what should we expect, how we gonna manage such an important event that might change the beginning of our car designer experience. So we will talk about that, don't worry. I will tell you everything I know about it, also how I feel about it, because of course I was a young designer making several interviews in my past, my recent past, but I also have been a design manager that was present during car design candidates interview, whether it was in Fiat or in Renault. So I know how it feels from both sides, and that's probably the good thing that that is for me, to talk about it, so that you can have a more complete view, okay, or perception of how this should be and could be. Ciao Eshen, welcome back. So now we are just 8 people. We just wait a couple of minutes to make sure that few more people will arrive. And before we start, I would like to show you a great book I just bought, which is this one. And it is about Sid Mead, our hero, okay, Sid Mead. And this book, it's very nice because I wanted to buy it since a long time. I will change camera. I'll show you the view from top, okay, so that you can have a better look with me. Here we go. And prepare your question. I will answer your question, don't worry. So I just want to show you this book, not everything because I can't and I don't want to, but just few pages, because there are a lot of things that we talk about perspective, focal point, one point perspective, dramatic effect, proportions, illustration, and emotions. A lot of those things are here in this book. It's incredible. Said in design school because oh, thank you Gattanaya, I'm very happy for you, Ranjab. Ranjan. So congratulations to you, everybody. Everybody, let's congrats with Gatavaya that is just got accepted in design school. So this is very, very good. Very, very nice. So here, look, this is some of the beautiful work that you can find, you know, in this fantastic book, where you can see what advanced type of designer Sid Mead was. This is a lot of work done for the movie industry, of course, for the science fiction film. And there was a sketch I want to show you that is really beautiful, in which you can see the 1-point perspective. Look, you know, it's so nice. Look what a depth, look what a perspective, look what a composition. Isn't that nice? This is awesome, really awesome. The 1-point perspective, you know, the way Sid Mead is using it, it's just incredible. Costume design, you know, costume design, I mean, a bit of everything. Look how nice this one. Yeah, it's this sketch. I love this sketch. Look, it looks like a full of confusion, but in reality, everything is so precise. Everything is so cool, so well done. And that's the 1-point perspective. It's right there. I show you close. Look. It's incredible. This one is really incredible. It's probably one of my favorite, you know, illustration of the book, of the whole book. Okay, so if you can buy it, because this book is fantastic. You should have this book. Sid Mead, the movie art of Sid Mead, a visual futurist artist and designer. Okay? All right, so now let's go back to me here I am. Hi, how you doing? Okay, so that we can basically start. We are 12 people. We're gonna start, don't worry. So I was checking the message from Ayush. Yeah, so Ayush, ask me the question before I start. Okay, so I'm reading here, right? Anish, by the way, Luciano, just to update, I thankfully found Kale. Oh, that's great. Mail. Hopefully he answers. Okay, that's very good. Mandar Kale, he's very nice. I'm sure that he will go through his mails and he will answer to you. But anyway, if you have that email, send it to me, because I would like to interview him. So if you have that email address, send it to me, to my email that you have. And thank you very much in advance. All right. So now that we watched the little bit of this fantastic book, that I repeat, you should buy it. Okay, you should have it. Let's talk about this first job interview. First of all, you have to know that the first job, it's extremely important for all of you, not for making a career. That's too soon. But it's very important for you because it is the first time you will get into a real design and working environment. Okay? So, because of that, if you get a job offer, you should just accept it if this is your first one. Don't be too snobbish or too, how can I say, spooky, just in case you want to wait because maybe there is a bigger name that can, or a more important brand can give you a job offer or whatever. Don't risk to waste or lose the opportunity, you know, to get your first job offer and accept it, because in our environment, those job opportunities go very fast. Okay, so thank you, Anish, thanks. So if you have that opportunity, if I were you, in a very responsible way, I would just say, okay, yes, I accept it. And in the beginning, ciao Vikas. No, don't worry, we just started. We really just started. The only thing you missed is this beautiful book that I bought, that I have, and I showed few pages. So when you will rewind this video, you will check the most, some of nicest, really nice sketches that Sid made for all his art movie, okay? And you can enjoy it, and hopefully you can buy the book too, if you don't have it yet, okay? Of course. So I would say you get that first job. The most important thing is that one. The second step, that will be after 3 years, 5 years, or whatever, then that one is going to be very, very delicate. And on that one, you can you have to be very, like a poker player. You have to be very, very careful to make sure that you play your cards correctly, to make sure that your career can start having a boost, okay, and not go down, okay? But we will talk about this stuff later on. Anyway, the first job interview. So as we said, we have our yes, Vikas, you're right, mine too. So you have your portfolio is ready. We all know that your portfolio is perfect to start getting a job, so that you can present to some car company studios, okay? And then you get your first call or email that says, we went through your portfolio, we would like to go to step 2, which is a real interview. You never know. Then another thing that we have to be very careful is that when we meet somebody, we shake hands, right? Okay, now it's true that today with the COVID, this problem probably it's not very important, at least for a couple of years. But usually we say that when somebody shakes your hand, you want to make sure that you press the hand to make sure that I can feel your hand. That's seen as a very honest jest, positive jest. I mean, I feel you, but you don't want to press it too much, because if you do it too much, that's very negative. So there are those little subtle things that you have to think about, Another thing that, of course, that it's really the worst of all, it's when I shake your hands and your hands is like a dead hand, like slippery, that you don't do anything with your hand. So I am touching a dead hand, and that's very bad, because in that case it shows, that's psychological, okay? It shows that you are somebody I cannot trust. You are thinking, but why do you say those things? Because believe me, there are some signals of our body language that have been studied by years from psychologists, psychiatrists, and there are lots of books that talk about body language that explain why some people make their body language in a way as some other people made in another, and everything is related to the way your brain works, and therefore the way you are. And when we are on the other side, because we already checked your work and we like your work, we need that confirmation of a human point of view, a human standard, point of view, because we want to make sure that if we take you, we won't have any bad problems on the human thing, not on the creativity, because we know that you are creative. So we are in a situation where we try to make, how can I say, a contact, trying to study you. Therefore, at the beginning, we say few words to see how you react. And now, if you react in a way that is very, how can I say, loud, okay? When I mean loud, I don't mean just the voice, tone, hi, how are you, that's loud. But if you are somebody that is talking a lot, that is moving the hands a lot, like Italians, like me, and you are constantly moving right and left and stuff. Your body language from people that probably are not Latinos like me will be misunderstood like a way of being a little bit too powerful, like you want to push yourself in front all the time, like doing like that to make sure that you are always up front, and therefore some gestures, some movement of your body should be kept under control. Ayush, sorry sir, I will have to leave now. Okay, Ayush, don't worry, you can check the video once it's completely finished and online, always here on YouTube, okay? So you can come back tomorrow in your convenient time, you click and you watch everything. You can start from here, from this minute, 23 minutes after the beginning, all right? Thank you for being with us. So, therefore, there are other things. For example, people from India, and I know that a lot of from India are there today, so that's great. You have a tendency sometimes to ask a lot of questions, and sometimes to ask the questions to make sure that you really understand 100%, and therefore on the same question you talk a lot to make sure that you really understood. Therefore you ask 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a matter of 5-10 minutes, because this happened to me, okay? And then people on the other side get tired. So if you do that, I might think this is somebody that is in the office. When he's gonna see me, he's gonna come to me and ask me questions because he wants to make sure he understood to do a good job. So okay, that's not bad, but at the same time can be very annoying. So I strongly suggest you that when you go and have your first job interview, whether it's for an internship or for a real job, okay, so once school is over, that you try your best to control a little bit your posture, in terms of being a very very communicative, okay, let's say that, so that between you and the other person in front of you, there is no one that is overpowering the relationship, overpowering that relationship, okay, that meeting. That's very important, because it's, of course, it's normal. If it's a boss there that is making the interview, you don't want to make. You want to make sure that this guy is ruling the interview. You don't want him to feel like if he talks, you are there right away and talk. Oh yeah, because it's this, because it's that. I understand. You're right. I'm the one to explain to you. Give you an example. I did this. I did that. Because the other guy is gonna be completely, how can I say, surprised, and in my opinion, not very positively. Okay, so to make sure that meeting goes in a positive way, we said we must have a very good first impression. Okay, so this good impression comes from the attitude that we have. So how is a good attitude? I would say, for example, I am you, okay? I come to the studio, I sit down, I have my book again with me, of course, because we will go over my book and my curriculum vitae again. It's the opportunity to speak a little bit. And then I will come in, I will shake the hand, and I will say, hi, nice meeting you. It's a pleasure for me to finally meet you personally, okay, in presence. And so here I am with my portfolio and my CV. I'm very happy to be here today. Stop. So now it's the other person, it's the other part that has to speak. And according to what the manager or the senior designer or the big boss will say, then you will answer. You see, it's like a little bit like ping pong, where you want to make sure that you are not playing always very hard. Because if you play always very hard, it means that you are overpowering that type of relationship, the other person is not going to go into in difficulty, but he will get tired. And he's gonna start asking himself, but what the hell am I here with this guy or this girl? You know, I could be in my office doing a project that's more important. So we have to make sure that this meeting is joyful. It's very nice. It's a nice conversation, relaxed, okay? And most of all, do not add informations or anecdotes, stuff that are not really important or relevant for the good sake of that meeting, you know, for the real objective of that meeting. You know, of course, what do they look at? They look also about the way you are educated, because it's enough to see a body language or the way if you talk on people, if you speak too loud, that a lot of things go together and say education, you know, environment, behavior. That's a very important word, behavior. So when you see, when we talk about those things, then it's the moment where you understand that there is a sort of observation of you as a human being. Lucy, you have a great personality. Okay, thank you, Shrest Mehaya. Thank you very much. All right, so we have to make sure that, and I know it's difficult because you are very young. You don't have the experience of, I don't know, 5 interviews. You don't have the same maturity of an older man or an older lady. I understand that. But that's why I'm here to tell you. Because when it happened to me, the first one, nobody told me. So I found myself and I was kind of shy. And these people thought that I was too shy. So when you are too shy, that you don't talk, that you don't move unless somebody's saying, hey, shake, tell something, you know, show us something, do something, you know. If you are too shy, that's not good either. Because we go from the extreme of being extremely powerful in our communication and strong, as I said, with the big risk of overpowering everybody around us, okay, over talking, to the other extreme where we are too shy, you know, too much in silence, that we react only and exclusively if somebody will ask us a specific question. And if you do that, that's not good either. Because of course, what are we looking for? We are looking for good creative people. Okay, that's the number one, creativity. But the number two thing that is extremely important, it's also that we are looking for people that are able to be sort of a manager of themselves. Which means, I go to work, I have my project, trust me, I know what I have to do. And if I don't know, I will ask questions. But I manage. So if you are too shy, that you don't talk, and we don't understand what's going on in your head, how can we help you? And the risk is that you get close, that you are not very, that you have a risk of not being very integrated within the design team, which is the one of the most important thing to do, to be really well integrated. And therefore, what happens, that the problem comes, the issue comes, that does this person have the right personality, you know, strength, mental strength, to be hired for this design studio? So you may have a very good creativity, but if you are so closed on yourself, that's a big problem. So the big suggestion that I give you is that, of course, you have to go there loose, you know, don't be contract, don't be all stressed, okay, don't. At the same time, feel the conversation, because I will say a few things, and of course you will have on the other side something to say. The most important thing is that you do not exaggerate too much when you say a storytelling. You know, if you want to say something, if you want to talk about something that you did in school or a specific project that is very good about the conversation that there is in that moment, do it. You can even open your book and show the sketch. But make sure that that thing, it's like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute at the most. Because if you go over, then you become tiring. People get tired. And believe me, in those situations, people get tired very, very often, very quickly. Because in reality, what happens is that we want to be, how can I say, I want to exchange with you, and I want to feel like I'm doing this with a good friend. So if I have a hard time in talking, because you are talking over me, if I have a hard time in getting understood by you, because you are constantly asking, I beg your pardon, I didn't understand, can you explain again? If you ask many times that you didn't understand, then I ask myself, but maybe this person does not speak English really well, the way his curriculum vitae is saying. So there are lots of little signals, you know, that we kept, and then we put them together after, and we discuss on those to see if the person, the candidate, it's a good creative person, and on a human point of view can really fit our design team. Because as I say always, you know, what happens that when you hire somebody, especially in Europe or in America, it is like a marriage in a way. I cannot hire you and 1 month later throw you out the company because I don't like you anymore. No, it doesn't work like that. So we have to make sure that we feel confident that the person, for the way he's behaving, the way he's talking, the way he's moving, everything together fits nice, okay? Then there is another aspect that I also would like to tell you, because this happens to me once, where a person, a young guy, that felt very, very well, because very proud of himself, because he knew that his portfolio was very well accepted in our company. Then he came for this interview, and he came like this. He came like the big king, because he knew that we liked his work. But that's a big mistake, because one thing, as I said, is creativity. Another thing is the person. He was so arrogant. And then he starts saying that basically the project he did for the sponsor project, it was the best in the class. And then he said the other project, on that one I really sweated a lot, I worked like hell. Like, other people don't work like hell. Everybody works like hell, we know. And to get such good results, you have to understand that when we like a portfolio, we recognize that the portfolio has a very good degree, good level of creativity. Therefore, it's wise to call the person, to go more, to see more of the person, and eventually hire that person. But you don't have to forget that we have studios where there are 90 designers, 30 designers, 25 designers, and they all come from very good schools, and they all come from very different countries. Therefore, we already have extremely good, talented people with us. So you as a student, you have to come to us, and you have to be humble. We don't like people that are too arrogant, because this means that if one day you get the responsibility of a project with us, you're gonna be extremely arrogant, and we cannot do that, because it becomes a political problem between teams. I don't know, design and engineering team, because the team leader in design is too arrogant with the colleagues from engineering. So we don't want those things to happen. We want people that use their brain, that are mature, people that are professional, people that even when they get mad, because it's normal to get mad, to a colleague, they know how to do it. They know to do it in a way that they do not bless, psychologically. They do not bless people. So the arrogance is very, very bad. So even if you think that you are the best in the world, when you make that interview, you should fly low, okay? Don't be like on a pit stall up there 4 meters high. It's useless, because for us that's a joke. Another thing also that I would like to say, and this also happened, and this is very, very negative. There are sometimes we make a tricky questions. It can happen. Not always, but it can happen. Sometimes I do it. And this is just to make you react in front of a design. Okay, a design of a car, existing car. And most of all people give the answer, the right answer. Ciao Ludovico, Delia, ciao. And most of the people, they give the right answer, which means ciao, which means a politically correct, clean answer, in which the person says what he or she thinks about that design, but it is a critique that is seen as a constructive critique, not a negative critique. And then I had few cases, so this is very appreciated. Then I had few cases of people that said, "Ah no, I really don't like that design. It's really ugly. I don't even know how the big boss could accept to validate that design in production." Or that they criticize something like a bumper, something like that, and they don't know all the hard points that there are behind the bumper. Now we know and we understand why people sometimes do cars in a certain way, that the people like or people don't like, but we understand why they do it. Now when you are a student and you are just coming out of school and you don't understand because you don't know anything about engineering, architecture or mechanical architecture and stuff like that, you cannot come in and criticize like I would have done like that, it would have been much better, and then of course you show the idea, because some people sketch, and you show the idea that it's completely useless. So when we see that, once again, we go back to the arrogance, You cannot be arrogant. And then there are other people that talk bad, very bad about other designers. Other design is not good. And maybe they don't know that designer is in our company. Is in that company, because that designer moved from one company to another. And they don't know, because they are too young to know. Or maybe they say, "I don't like that car," and you don't know that maybe I am the one that did that car, because before I was working in that company, before landing into this new company. So those things happens, but it's much, much better if those things do not happen. All right? So my first job interview should be a job interview that is smooth. And I would add another word that is a very important keyword: very intelligent. So what I'm asking you now, after all those things I told you, use your brain. Use your brain. Don't think that we are making that interview. "Oh, thank you very much. Shrest, Meharia, grazie mille. Thank you. Thank you for this super chat or super sticker, whatever." Yeah, it's a super chat, I guess. Thanks. So basically, we want you to use your brain. You have to remember that even if you are a very good hotshot future designer, and I am sure you will be, at the very beginning, hide that a little bit. Hide a little bit of your personality. Let your personality, your capacity of being manager of yourself coming out little by little. Give us the opportunity to appreciate you day by day, the way you grow. You understand? Because it's that progression that we evaluate. It's thanks to that progression that we decide what type of tenure can have your career, your future career. So If you, at the very beginning, in the first meeting, you burn all your cards because you are too arrogant, you think that all the others are bad because here you are here to save the world with your design, that's very wrong. Because if you are there for that, we don't need you. Because we already have enough. There's also another thing you have to understand. Sometimes people ask me, say, but if you have already 50 designers, why do you keep on hiring designers sometimes? First of all, we do not hire design. When I say we, I mean the industry, okay? Not just Renault. The industry in general. We don't hire every single year designers because the schools, get off school lots of students of whose some are very talented. No, we don't. But there are periods of time in our company, like cycles that are very close together, where we have openings. And therefore we say, even if we have 50 people that are very talented with us, let's go and check if there is some exploit, if something really special. Let's understand what's going on around there. Because, maybe something really interesting, It could be. Therefore, what happens? That we make those openings, and sometimes we take one person. And for us, that's an opportunity to make the team stronger. Okay? Stronger. And then if there are some special projects, because those people are very young and therefore they have a very fresh creativity, sometimes we put those people onto easier projects, okay, where it's demanded a lots of creativity, and it's a way to get inside the work, okay, inside the job, to learn. For learning correctly, the beginning of this wonderful field, okay, profession. All right? Okay, so I think I told you the most important things I had to say about this first job interview, okay? Then of course, the moment you leave, if you leave too quick, because the meeting was very, very short, then it's a little risk. But if the meeting went on a little bit over than expected, that's a very positive sign, of course. All right? So then, of course, you will leave and you will say, thank you very much for your time. I really hope that there will be, that I can hear soon news from you. Bye-bye. Without saying, I'm waiting the email, so you send me the email, I'm waiting for your email. Because if you do that, you put pressure. That's a psychological pressure, and that's bad. So you just say goodbye in a very simple way. You can say just a classical sentence that works really well, which is, I really hope to hear soon from you. Thank you very much for your time. And stop. That's very nice, very clean. How much do grades matter in design college? Grades in general matter always, but in car design, in design in general, what is more important is the creativity you have. Now, if your creativity by your teachers is judged not very, very high, and therefore you produce work that is not very creative, or your skills, the way you sketch, that it's not really improving, then it's normal that your grade is going down, and it's normal that your portfolio, your final portfolio, will suffer from this aspect. Got it? Stress, I hope I answered to your question. By the way, if you want to do like our friend Stress, you can use Super Chat or Super Sticker and offer me a coffee, okay? Here with what he sent to me, I can buy a stamp. Okay, but it's okay. I'll buy a stamp. Okay, for my next postcard. Thank you. Thank you again, Stressed. Thank you. All right. So, do you have any questions? Because I don't think I have to add any other thing. If you want, you should go and check on YouTube the art of body language during interviews. I'm sure you will find some really great videos that will explain to you in a deeper way the psychological aspects of a body language of a human being. There is you're welcome, Stress, you're welcome. There is for example, an exercise I made in school when I was a student, is that you put a camera in front of you, always on, and you present your work to the students, to your classmates, to the teacher. The teachers will ask you questions and you present. Okay? Then at the end of the presentation, you say goodbye, that's the end of my project, and it's finished. Then you go and check the video. You play back the video, you rewind it, and you check it again. And what happens? That right away you see all your movement. You look and you say, wow, I didn't expect to move like that. I look like a clown. And that's a great exercise to understand how you have to work on your body language to improve it. Because sometimes it's nice to use the hands, that you can open, you can embrace, you can point, you can do all those things and capture the attention of the people. But if you move your head like this all the time and then you walk back and forth in front of your drawings or a display, and then you don't know what you are pointing and you look nervous, that's very bad. You look like a clown. So you see, you have to watch that. You should make probably an exercise at home, or in school. If you are in school, ask your teacher to do it. In art center, we used to do it. And that's a great example, a great way to learn, to see which is your weak, your weak point, and fix it. Try to fix it. Do you know Street Design College in Bangalore? No, Strat College. It's Strat College. I'll write for you. It's this one. Sorry. I made a mistake. Okay, this one, Strat College in Bangalore. That school is good, and the head of the department it's Mandar Kale. All right. Hi, should I join a startup or should I wait for opportunity in OEM? Devendra, that's a very good question, because when I was young, we did not have startups, so we did not have this problem. But today, with the startup, there are some good things, but there are also some bad things. Vikash, there is a... sorry, Vikash, I didn't know, I'm sorry. I thought it was a misspelling. I apologize. Okay, then I don't know. Streamty Design College, I have no idea. The only one I know for transportation design or industrial design is Strat College. Okay? But if some of you guys know about this, give the answer to Stresh. He probably needs your help. Okay? Alright, so now startup can be a great place to start working, because a startup it's a small company with a great potential to grow, kind of fast too, and is made of young people that have that have goals that are very high level. Therefore, they are very ambitious. And this is very nice, because that one means that you are in an environment that will be very competitive, but it's also an environment that will work where the working hours will be very longer than a standard OM company. And that's normal, because a startup, it's a small private team, and it's like they own the small company, and they will work like hell to make sure that this company will grow and gain value, because that's the game, to gain value. Now, when you are in a car design, it's difficult as a startup to gain value. Not everybody are like Elon Musk with Tesla. Besides, Elon Musk had a lot of money and has a lot of money. So when you make a startup, it means that you have to find funds, money, and investors. And it's easier to find investors on a startup that works for medicaments, for the medicine or engineering, than design, in my opinion. In my opinion. So it could be an experience, but then once again, how much is going to be your salary? In my opinion, it's not going to be good, especially at the beginning. Now, if you go into an OM, like me, for example, those companies, they have a very regular contract. Everything is really precise. You get a very good tools to draw, to perform professionally. Very nice studio. You get a fair contract, and most of all, you can learn really well the field of car design, because you will be encountered by engineers, a lot of people that work together to make a car. You understand? So that's the advantage of working in a big company, that you really see a lot of things that you, in a smaller company, you probably never see, because you have to work with other companies in order to do what in reality big companies are able to do it. Okay, all right, so wait just a second, I am with you. My son is asking me something. All right, so I gave my answer. I gave my answer, and everything is fine. I'm back with you. Okay, so any other question? Ask me the question. I will try to answer to your question. Yes, we have a new one. From where can we learn motorcycle design or sketching? Any website or course you know which you would recommend? Yes, I do have the information this time. First of all, here Cotval, you have to know that to get a bachelor in transportation design, in motorcycle design, this is possible in Italy. It is possible, okay, at IAAD Design University in Torino, all right, in Italy. Then there is also an online course like the one I give. Now my online course, just for you guys, just information, it's off for vacation, but I will start again the end of August, and I have 2 places free. So if you want to, if you are no, Anish, it's not Emilio, it's Giovanni, it's the other friend, the other brother. Emilio is in Paris now, right now, but he should come back in an hour. And because they are here with me at home. Yeah, happy dad. So if you want, you can ask Ink Tank Academy. Ink Tank Academy, and they have an ex-student of mine of many years ago who is an expert designer in motorcycle, extremely good one, that is teaching there this type of sketching, and his name is wait a moment that I Filippo Corticelli. Okay, so you can try Ink Tank Academy, and ask for Filippo Corticelli. You go on the website, you can contact them, you can write them, you can tell them that I sent you there. They are my friends. There's no problem at all. I'm very happy about what they're doing. So you can contact Inktank Academy, ask for Filippo Corticelli motorcycle sketching course, okay? And they will explain to you everything. And Filippo, I talked to him yesterday, and he's very happy in doing this because he just started a month ago. And believe me, this guy is really super top, really super top, okay? I hope I answered to your question, my dear Kotval. Now, Shrestha has another question. What's your opinion on Tesla Cybertruck from a design perspective? Zero. I have no opinion because I still don't know what we're talking about. To me, design is something else. Voila, I said it. I gave my comment. Okay, so, any other question? Vikash, there is a question from Vikash. So when we join a company, is likely to begin a task according to our portfolio, like a still specific, or can we jump? Company is likely to be getting tasks according to. I don't understand, Vikash, when you say or we can jump. What do you mean? But anyway, when you work in a car company, when you get hired, the portfolio is it's only the way of getting you inside the company. After, there are company's rules, the studio design rules, you know. Yeah, it's zero. Trash. For me, it's zero value. It's completely nonsense and no design. Jump to interior. Ah, yes, you can jump to interior. Yeah. Ciao, Aerob. Ciao. Yes, I did it. When I was in Fiat, I started the first couple years exterior because I used to do exteriors. And then one time I tried to do an interior. I helped a friend, and then I liked it. And then I started sketching interiors too. And my Fiat 600 interior and exteriors, I did the exteriors, but also a big part of the interior, it's my work. And also on some other projects. And today I'm a design manager for interior, exterior, color and trim, you know, everything. Yes, you can, and that's a good thing. Anish, what are some problems designers face due to limitation on engineering? For example, I saw somebody, but Anish, I'm sure you know, making a sort of, how can I say, critique on the latest Ferrari, okay? The latest one, I don't remember the name, but the latest Ferrari with the holes in the back, this side like that, you know, that some people say looks like an American GT, American car, and to me it's a beautiful Ferrari. And I remember that this critic was that you know, the way the air intake is on the side, it's bad, you should have done like that. And with Photoshop, this person in the video was suggesting the modification. The truth is that we cannot suggest those things. And in my opinion, I would not take a car and make suggestions on existing cars. For the very simple reason, because we do not know all the engineering problems that the team had to face for that particular specific project, according not just with the architecture, but the overall cost of that car. And also the way a bumper is made to make sure that it doesn't cost too much money. Because even if it's Ferrari, they also must be very careful on the cost issue. It's normal. Yeah, the 296 GTB, yes, JTB, yeah. So, you understand? Now, when I saw the modification on the Photoshop, I told myself, you cannot do that because there will be a transversal beam, structural beam, you know, trespassing the bumper. So what can I say? I think that every project has its own hard points. Sometimes we are able to ask the company to spend more money, and some of those hard points go away, because sometimes it's only a question of money, but some other times it's really a question of technology. You cannot go without that, and therefore you have to take a decision, and that's what you will do. That's it. You know, you have to accept it. No, it's not easy to get a job in car design. It's probably the hardest thing to do, and I already explained this why, because as you know, there are a lot of students coming out every year. Therefore there is a very high competition to get the jobs, and the jobs available every year, they are very few, but really few, because and meanwhile there are a lot of schools. The design studios are almost the same. We do not have an increase of design studios all over the world. Therefore, the job numbers don't improve a lot. So they are not many more every year. No, they're almost the same. So there is a big competition, and therefore it's very hard. That's why I say talent, talent, talent. Good, excellent portfolio. Work really hard. You know, work a lot to make sure that your sketches, your basics, everything is correct. Hi Pratik, how are you, Mr. Kanoja? And I will give you my feedback on next Tuesday, okay? How year gap will affect interview? What do you mean a year gap? Before I say goodbye, I want to understand this. Mr. CB Mashti, how a year gap affect interview? You mean a gap between a bachelor and the moment you send, since when working on portfolio? Yeah, that's too much. Because when I go and check your curriculum vitae, your CV, I go and say, which school did you do? And you will tell me, I did this a year ago. And then I said, yeah, what did you do this year? Did you work? You say, no, I was working on my portfolio. Immediately I know that you are not good, that you don't have good talent. Normal. Think about it. Normal. Good people get out of school with a good portfolio. After 1 month, they are already, you know, they are in studios making interviews. If you're waiting for a year, means you have problems. Ah, merci beaucoup, Carré Mehdi. Merci, merci. On va voir dimanche. Dimanche sera très difficile. Very difficult Sunday. Sunday, Italy is in final for the European Championship. What's gonna happen between the British and the Italians? Well, of course, I hope we're gonna win. But with England that plays so well with Sterling and Kane, I think it's gonna be really, really hard. But it's gonna be a great match, for sure. Yashpal, my Instagram. Follow me on my Instagram. I write to you the name I have on Instagram, okay? Check on Instagram, subscribe. And in chat, you send me your sketches. 2, no more than 2 or 3. If you send me 6, 7 sketches, useless. I don't take all that time. Send me maxi 2 sketches, JPEG. Take a picture and send it, okay? And then I will print it, and next Tuesday, 5 p.m. French time, next Tuesday, I will be here live working on your sketches, like I do every Tuesday, okay? All right. And if you are here watching me and you did not subscribe, subscribe. Thank you. Okay, ciao.